The application starts here. Okay, this right here looks normal. Normal so far, right? Gathering your information, employment, everything looks fine. Assets, residential, previous 2 years of rental housing history. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Then they want vehicle information. They're getting a little bit invasive. Then I don't know why you have to fill out this other thing. And this is again more like redundant information. Who's living in the house? Then they keep asking about who's living in the house. Any household members temporarily absent? Any household members permanently absent? Are there any foster kids? Any live-in care attendants? It just keeps going on and on. And then I feel like they ask you again someplace else. And then here they start to ask all of these questions. And I was going along with it, right? I was filling this out. And then I'm just scrolling and I'm like, well, when in the world is this application going to end? This application goes on for like 20 pages. See what I'm saying? And they start asking more stuff and more stuff. It just never ends. So, one thing that made me want to stop and opt out was when I saw this. There's a couple of these: consent for authorization for release of information. About 2 or 3 releases was in here, but the language here we go. Computer matching and notice and consent. And I was like, what? So you have to agree that a computer match is done. And a computer match is basically checking all your information on this application against federal, state, local agencies, not including but limited to state employment, security agencies, Department of Defense, Office of Personnel Management, all these different places. And then here, up here, it says groups or individuals that may be asked to release the above information. And here, landlords, if you ever had public housing, post office, this one right here, courts, probation, and parole. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Y'all doing too much. And look at you see where I'm at right with this? There's 29 pages of this. This is ridiculous. It's too much. I worked for the Census Bureau last summer. I applied. The application was not this extensive to work for the government, y'all. This right here is doing the most just because it's a tax credit building. And when I called there for this application, she told me if you have a felony, you can't live here. So I don't know what this person that told us to fill out this application, that they have a relationship with someone over there. Maybe he spoke to somebody above her pay grade. I don't know. But this building is complicated. It's going to be difficult. And I'm not wanting them to do no computer matching with probation and parole for what? Because I have supervised release. And last thing I need is my situation to be something to be communicated to that computer over there. And the next thing you know, I got a problem over here. Like, I don't want that. Me and my supervised release officer we don't never even met. We never even spoke on the phone. I just submit what I'm supposed to do every month through the computer. I pay my restitution and I'm good. I don't need nothing messing with that. So this is why I said if you see a building that has tax credit on it, you don't want to do it. Because look at this. They're going to dig all into everything. Welfare agencies, support alimony providers, previous landlords, if you have unemployment, like your child care provider, really, they're doing a lot. It's not worth it. So you can find other apartments that don't delve all into your life like this. This right here is excessive. It's abnormal for an application for an apartment. Application for an apartment is like 2, 3 pages long. It's not 29 pages long. This other one that had amenities also. And I'm hung up on these amenities. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But let me just show you some of the pictures for this one. See, this one looks really, really nice, clean, new, modern. And the pricing wasn't that bad. And they have 2 months free rent as a move-in special. The amenities include a pool, a swimming pool, a basketball court, a lounge, fireplace, a Zen meditation yard, a business center, a patio with grill, 24-hour fitness center. Like it just sounded like I was gonna love living here. So then I had this one as an option and another one. And I actually got approved for the other one. So I can't pull that one up and show it to you guys. But it has not a lot of amenities as well. And that's the one that approved me and didn't ask for any proof of documentation as to income. Okay, she told me I was approved over the phone. And then right after that, I got this email. So I wasn't sure if I was really approved or was I still waiting on this background check. So see how it says your application was conditionally approved based on a review of all criteria except for criminal history information. Therefore, we're making a conditional offer. So contingent on a review of your criminal history. So I was waiting a few days to find out if it was going to come back with something that they were going to say no to. But that didn't happen. She said, your paperwork came back good. You're approved. And I was like, great. So I signed the lease digitally, and I actually go pick up keys coming up in 2 days. The other thing I wanted to point out was in their application, they explain Fair Criminal Record Screening for Housing Act of 2016. This is basically means that they cannot ask you about your criminal history prior to offering you the apartment. Or once they make the offer, then they can now have you sign a release, and then you go look. They go look back in your history. And what they're looking for is what I wasn't clear on. So I wasn't sure if they're looking for people that have violence in their record, people that, maybe have something to do with sexual offense, a sexual offender, somebody has to register as a sex offender or something like that. But although this does point those things out, it doesn't exclude everything else. Where's the wording? So I'm not sure. I think every state must have a law similar to this. This law is specifically for DC. So there's all kinds of specific laws in here. So if you have something like sex trafficking, if you have these particular things, I don't know what these sections are, so I don't know what crime this is referring to. Something to do with checks, something to do with aggravated assault, kidnapping, murder. There's something I saw also about arson. So let's see, after making a conditional offer, housing provider consider a pending criminal accusation occurred within the past 7 years. The accusation or criminal conviction is for one or more of the following crimes. whether committed in DC or any other state. Okay, so it sounds like these are the crimes that they could say no to. This is really a broad range of stuff, though. Mine is a white collar crime. I guess all of these things here sound like they're violent crimes where you actually hurting another person. But this one, number 9, this is a white collar crime. So see, I'm not sure. I felt like I couldn't determine. I couldn't really determine if my crime fell in the category or not. But like I said, everything turned out okay. But yeah, here's some more white collar crimes are in this category. So really, it seems like they can exclude anybody and everybody. It's up to their discretion. So yeah, it's a hit or miss. I'm not sure what they see when they do a background check. I'm not sure if they do a full background check or what. Mine came back fine. I don't really can't even explain to you why or how. All I could say is you just have to try. You have to just try and see what happens. Everybody's situation is going to be different. Pro tip, if you have to create pay stubs, like you get paid in cash and you don't have pay stubs to show how much you make, you can come to this site right here, Check Stub Maker, and it will literally make your stubs. All you have to do is just put in your gross amount and it'll figure out the math for you and everything, the taxes, all of that. I haven't used it, but someone told me about it just in case I needed to use it. So, in order for you to understand the gravity of how blessed I am to get this opportunity, you have to understand a little bit of the backstory. Like, I have not had my own place to live since 2012. And during that time, from then to now, I've stayed with different people. Like, I've shared spaces for so long, whether it was renting a room in a friend's house, just staying a couple of months here or there, getting arrested, sharing cells, small cells in jail with other people, transition home where I'm living in a house, sharing the bathroom, sharing the kitchen with like 7 other women at a time. Finally gonna be in my own space again, and that just feels amazing. Not only that, you have to understand that at one point I was doing deliveries in New York for this company called Caviar, and Caviar demographic is the upper, like, affluent people, right? So like I would pick up orders sometimes and just say it's like a $300 sushi order. It would be going to like a really high end building and I would get glimpse or a peek into the apartments in these buildings, the amenities while I'm walking through the corridor just to make my way to the elevator, just to get upstairs. I'm passing the pool, I'm passing the pool room, the the community center where they hang out at, where the fireplace is, and everything is just beautiful and it's just gorgeous. And I just wanted to live in a building that offered these amenities. So I was building this up. Like for years, I always wanted to have a building with amenities. I'm not saying that if I don't get it, I will take that and nothing else. No, that's not it. I just said, let me just start here. Let me aim high and see what happens. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. Then I'll just shoot for like a private landlord that owns like a small building with a walk up or something like that. But I got what I wanted and I'm happy about it and I feel like I deserve it. You know I do. Monday through Friday. Rain, sleet, snow. And you just don't understand the drastic difference between going to deliver in one of these buildings and getting a glimpse into this world and then coming back to sleep in the car. Like it was just two different worlds. So I know this video was kind of long, but thanks for staying till the end. And if you know someone that is going through what I went through, somebody that has a felony and they're looking for a place to live, share this video with them. Give them some encouragement and let them know that they can do it. Like, it can be done. You can just try. Just try and keep pushing. You don't know what is going to happen unless you put forth the effort. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And I really believe that. Thanks, y'all. Share this video and hit like.